What's up and welcome to episode 44 of How Not to Summon a Podcast. I'm Shinny Senpai and this week I am joined by the only thing wetter than this film, Jim.
I was gonna spit. I was drinking tea, damn it.
That's your fault for drinking throughout every single opening.
As is tradition.
And the man who always loves to live in the clouds, Grayson.
Head in the fucking cloud.
Very accurate. What's up, Scooby Gang?
And this week we are doing the movie Weathering with You. Shall we put the music in?
No. Yes, put it in. Put the fucking music in.
DJ, spin that shit.
Yeah, fucking wreck that shit and put it in.
I'm sure you just did the song to Your Name.
No, I did.
Yeah.
It's in my head. I told you. Your Name song is in my head at the moment. It's
Right, what are we doing? Are we going straight
Go
into
straight.
it?
Oh,
Okay.
fucking
Hold
hell.
on.
So the genre of this film, it's a fantasy, romance, bit of drama, mainly romance.
Yeah, I like the fantasy romance part of it.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
obviously they had to call it a fantasy as well because of the weird shit that goes on.
Whales in the fucking sky.
Made of rain droplet fish.
I like it.
It's amazing.
It's good.
It was directed by Makoto Shinkai, who is known for Your Name, which we did.
Quality.
He also done 5 centimeters per second and The Garden of Words as well. They're a couple of films that we're going to try and get round to watch at some point as well.
Emotional films, by
It's
any
another
chance.
sad
Yes.
film.
I'm shocked.
Genie.
We
you
are.
surprised
Are we not
me.
fans of Makoto Shinkai at this point?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
We're drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in.
So the studio that picked up is Comics Wave Films, and they are known for working side by side with Makoto Shinkai. So they've done all of his films.
Shock.
Yeah, you're onto a winner there. You're going to stick with it, really.
Does he
aren't
own? I didn't look, but he might just even own this studio, to be honest.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he started his own studio to
Yeah.
make his movies.
I mean, to be fair, they're
Wouldn't be
working
the
well.
first. It is working.
He's proven himself, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And they're all sad
To me,
movies at
that
the moment.
like the look of his films are the standard. It's like the Disney of anime. It's like it is what they should look like.
Oh, the picture quality of
Fuck
these
me,
films.
it's amazing, isn't
Oh,
it?
the picture quality in this film is incredible.
You've got
What?
Ghibli sitting at a bus stop in the rain as he says that this guy's the Disney of films.
Ghibli's DreamWorks tries to be, isn't quite that. Released
Yeah.
one good one. Shrek, what's up? And
Shrek, yeah, I'll
everything
take
else
that.
good.
I was thinking when you were like, release one good one. I was like, Shrek.
It is
And
Shrek.
Shrek 2. I'll take Shrek 2
No,
as well.
it's
Nope.
not.
Oh, come
I'm
on.
going to say something controversial.
Nope, not having
Shrek is shit.
it. What?
All of them. They're all crap.
Really?
Some really good characters, some really good moments, but as a movie, fucking terrible.
I'm not having that.
Shrek's alright.
Nah.
Giant gingerbread man fighting a castle.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Really good moment. The same as when he's getting interrogated. Not my gumdrop buttons! Really good moment. Not a good movie, though.
What about Lord Farquaad?
Yeah, a really good character. Not a
He
good
said
movie, though.
fart quad. Fart quad.
Lord Farquaad.
Fart quad.
Fart quad. 4 farts, not 1.
Okay, let's get into some voice actors. So
I know one.
Hodaka is played by Brandon Engman, so the main male protagonist.
I thought this was Thingy from Avatar, the one with the scar on his face. Sounds very similar.
I don't
I don't think it is. It's not, because I don't recognise that name.
I know
But he
the one
sounds
you're
a
on
lot like him.
about. Are you on about the commander with the scar on his
yeah.
face?
Yeah, he's the outcasty son
Yeah.
of the Fire Lord.
In terms of voice work,
I liked Avatar.
this is his breakthrough role. He's not really known for anything else. This was his first big role. Actually, a reoccurring thing with this film, because Hina is voiced by Ashley Bruschetta, and she is
Bruschetta.
breakthrough role again. Not known for much else.
Isn't Hina the same name from Your Name?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's
I
a
think
repetition of
it
your name.
is, yeah.
Kisuke is voiced by Lee Pace. Breakthrough performance for him as well.
I know the one that I thought was his mistress. I know who that is.
So Natsumi is
Yeah.
voiced by Alison Brie.
Alison Brie. Unity,
Unikitty from Lego Movie.
yeah. Yeah.
That's about it. And obviously
We're fans of
Community.
Alison Brie, don't worry. Watch, fuck me, what's it called on Netflix? The wrestling one she did.
It's the
with My
ladies
Family?
one, isn't it? The ladies wrestling.
Because she, fantastic performance, great acting. Definitely not for any other reason worth a watch, but fantastic acting. Wink, wink.
Why is it whenever Grayson recommends somebody, it's because he's dropped his pants for it at least once?
You're watching that with your pants down. It's a lot of women in spandex, and they get their boobs and bums out.
You also watch Calendar Girls with your pants down. So I mean,
You
come
know
on.
what I do in my spare time? That's because they're my age.
The one with the walker really gets you going.
And lastly is Nagy, voiced by Amika Guindo. Breakthrough performance again. Anyone surprised that actually, to be fair, they didn't bring in anyone massive?
Yeah, I thought they'd have at least a name attached to it, but I guess at this point, he doesn't really fucking need them. does he?
Makoto gets who Makoto wants.
This is super
Yeah.
recent, isn't it?
Yeah,
This movie is super
yeah,
recent.
It
This year?
came out last year.
Last
I
year.
think. Yeah,
I was
because
about to
obviously it had to
say.
be dubbed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say about a year or two. That's
Yeah.
about it.
I wouldn't say because the voice actors will be different.
I think
for
he's just
the-
like
the-
gone
the
out there and
song dub.
handpicked new people, and it's worked.
Do you not think it's that he's done the sub and he's got such a reputation now from his previous movies that people are starting to come to him to say, I want to do this. And then he's like, no, I like to pick my own actors based on the roles that they're actually good in at the moment. Because at the
Yeah.
moment, all of the voice actors, you said, most of them are pretty unknown. So he sort of picks them based on the story rather than their name, which
And
is
perhaps-
much better,
Maybe these people just auditioned better
Yeah.
for the voice dub role.
which would be good.
And he didn't care that they didn't have any previous real experience. And he was like, your voice fits. That's it.
Isn't
It
that
just
like...
surprises me because it is a risk because it's his movie. He's putting his name to it
I mean, is the Western audience side of risk really a big risk?
within reason.
It's a little one.
Within
but,
reason, because we are quite picky when it comes to
Yeah,
to
but if
dubbing,
it flops
really,
over
isn't it?
here, he hasn't really fucking lost much, has he?
No, I suppose not. He's obviously
The
His
numbers
market
are
in Japan will be higher, if not the same.
drastically more than enough, I
yeah,
imagine.
definitely, yeah. So let's have a look at some ratings for this. So, what does anyone want to guess what IMDb gave this?
9.
8.5.
So IMDb gave this a 7.5 out of 10.
Ooh.
Came in far too low.
What is it with IMDb and just
Yeah,
like
they shout on this and they really shouldn't have.
showing the middle finger to anything that we like, but then anything we hate, they're like, no, give that higher.
Anyone want to guess Rotten Tomatoes score for this?
Based on your previous one, 75.
I'll go in the 60s.
So Rotten Tomatoes gave this 92%.
Oh, okay.
They've actually done something right.
Yeah,
for
they've done
once.
something better. Yeah,
That's the second time out
Well-
of 44 episodes where we've agreed with Rotten Tomatoes.
You say we agree, I'm going to ruin this. I don't.
I guess that'll come at the ratings at the end. Let's jump into the movie. The movie opens with great visuals straight away.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so we see a rainy Tokyo.
How good does the rain look in this?
Because it's such a focal point of the film,
ridiculous
they've obviously
How
spent a lot of
good
time.
it looks, though. Like, it's not just rain. Like, normal anime raindrops. Once it hits the floor, it disappears. It's gone.
Yeah.
and the floor
They-
doesn't actually look like it's
Yeah.
barely been touched.
And it just stays exactly the same.
Yeah.
This looks like that looks like genuine fucking rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is nice actually. To be fair, I've already spoken to you, Sheeny, and when we get to the point about it, like I love some of the visuals that they've done with this. There's one point in this movie that made me go, "Wow!" The amount of time that they've spent on this, just making it visually impressive.
Was it there where they filled it with McDonald's and Yahoo and
No,
no
that
one
bit.
noticed that?
I will come to that.
Fuck me,
So-
they were everywhere.
So we see the rainy Tokyo. We're inside the hospital and we meet Hina for the first time. And she's at her, well, we didn't know at the start of the film, but it's her mum's bedside. She's looking out at the rain and the beams of sunlight come down. And one of them rests on top of the building.
it's on a shrine, isn't
I mean,
it?
you're not running to this building, are you?
No,
I'm going to leave the hospital and run to this building
Yeah.
over here because there's some sunlight.
my mum's dying, but fucking sunshine.
Sun's out, guns out, lad! Quick, get out there.
So
Also, it's on a rickety ass building as well.
Mum, wrap it up, love. I want to go outside.
Pull the plug. Pull the plug.
By the way, I'll just add the narration at the start of this is so good. It's the
It
guy
is
who
good.
voices the Hodaka, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the narration, as soon as I heard that
It
as
fits
well,
really well
it
with
filled
the
in
tone
the
and
film.
everything that's going in.
So we see Hina run from the hospital. She runs. She gets to the roof, and on the roof is a small Shinto shrine. Mm-hmm. And she walks through the gate of the Shinto shrine, and then all of a sudden she's falling through the air. She's high up in the sky, and she's just falling, and there's rain all around her. Well, we see the rain reverse as well, don't we? As she walks through the gate, the rain seems to go up.
Yeah, and we see fish. Is this the point where we start?
Yeah,
to see
so she's
fish?
falling
Yeah.
through the air, and the air almost becomes an ocean.
It's cool. I
Yeah,
like
well, is this where she lands on the island? Because everything that's moving moves like it's underwater,
Yes.
but there's no water. Did you not
Yeah.
notice like the grass and all the plants and everything moved like like seaweed
It's supposed to
would or
be an
something.
entire ecosystem within the cloud.
Yeah.
Is what
Which
it
they
It
is.
talk
looked
about
really
it at some
good.
point.
Which they
It looked
talk
really
about,
good,
yeah.
but very kind of Ghibli-esque.
Yes.
It was Ghibli. The
Yeah.
start of this movie, I was like, well, we have no idea what the fuck's going on,
Yeah.
but it's dropped us straight in.
The big open plain and the way that things moved and looked, and it was quite choppy, but stylized. Not
Yeah.
just choppy because it was cheap. It like it was meant to look. You felt it was meant to look like
Yeah.
that.
And the,
It looked really
again,
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the narration, like when the credits roll and that, and the narrator or Hodaka turns around and is like, "This is the story of how we changed the world." I was like, "This could be quite a good film." As soon as that narration come in and the credits hit, I was like, "Okay, I'm in." I like the visuals, I like the narration, so see where it goes. Then we're on a ship and we get introduced to Hodaka. His face is all smashed up. He's got like plasters,
Yeah.
bandages.
Do
all
we
over
ever
his
find
face.
out why?
We have a theory behind it, I think.
I don't.
Like,
I guess they didn't want to play into
he ran away
his
from home
story
because...
prior to this story.
Then why concentrate on small things like that? Because I just thought he was trying to do an
Is
Usher thing.
it might just be. I think it might just be a hint to this guy is unhappy at home. He's beaten up. He just doesn't want to be there anymore, and that's why he's leaving.
Such a bad way of doing it, though.
I suppose
They
a
could have
quick
shown
explanation
something.
would have been good.
Yeah,
to
just
be
like
honest.
10 seconds of hit, like school life. Getting
Yeah.
hit, going home,
Parents
getting
don't
hit,
give a
going
shit.
home.
Yeah.
You know, and then done.
Well, he never mentions that his parents are abusive or anything.
No, there's nothing to say why he ran away.
No.
There's
Just-
no background.
2 cut frames. And I'm saying 2 cut frames of him sitting on that boat with his bandaged up face, and then it cuts to his bedroom, smash shit in it, or something like that.
Yeah, that's him lashing
We
out.
we
though.
would have just needed to know
Yeah.
why he'd run away.
Like, this is a 2-hour movie.
Because he skirts over it all the time, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He
You
doesn't
never
address
really
it.
find out.
Obviously, his parents are concerned though, because they
Yeah,
end
they
up-
put out the missing
yeah,
persons.
Yeah, but then all of a sudden he's on the deck of the ship and a storm starts, and he loves the rain by the looks of it. So he runs out onto the deck of the ship while there's a massive storm.
It's a nice coincidence. You say he loves the rain, but he's constantly chasing that sunshine.
That one ray,
It's like he's always wanted
which is
sunshine. So
yeah.
he lives in a world of rain, and he's clearly comfortable in rain.
Yeah.
But he wants that sunshine bit.
This movie is perfectly designed for the British. Constantly chasing that sunshine, but
If you
live in a
watch
world of
this,
rain.
The way he chases that is how quick our summer comes and goes. You
It's a
get
fleeting affair.
3 hours of summer, no more, no less.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's like, lads, quick, son, go outside, barbecue out,
Burn.
yeah,
Speak for yourself. Some
Or
of
our
us are
sun
olive.
hits differently. It does that English sunshine.
yeah. It's because we've all been hidden up inside for about 11 months of the year.
So he runs out onto the deck of the boat. He looks up in the air, and there's this massive like pool of water floating above the boat.
It's a whale, isn't it?
No,
I thought like
just-
there was the.
I don't think it was a whale.
No,
I think it's just
a
a massive wave, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
And it just
maybe.
flops.
and it just crashes down onto the boat, and he's just about to be swept off the boat, and he's saved. And he's saved by Kisuke.
I like this
that
character.
wave tickled my curiosity in all the right ways.
What it was doing there.
No explanation, nothing, but I was like, oh,
I liked
Ooh.
it because it was just like different. It's given us
what,
questions
a wave
already.
on a boat?
No,
Yeah, you never see
like,
that, mate.
No, like the rain dropping like in an instant.
I've never seen rain drop in an instant.
We also see that he's.
I love that you look at Sheeny. Like,
He's-
please sort him out.
We also see that Hodaka's trying to find work.
And
He's
I'm so
clearly
glad.
a child, but he's posting adverts saying, "I'm a 16-year-old boy.
Yes, no student.
I have
ID,
no
though.
ID, no nothing, no skills, but I'm looking for work." When he meets Kisuke, he's sitting there. He buys Kisuke. How did he buy him a beer?
I guess he had some money from when he ran away, but
But he got served a beer.
it's a vending
International
machine.
borders.
It's a vending
Oh,
machine.
Oh, it is
outside.
a vending machine. You're right. So any kid
Yeah.
in anywhere can buy a beer.
So
out
I
of a
guess he
vending
just
machine.
goes to a
International
vending
borders.
machine on a boat which isn't, looked after.
Okay.
Technically a pirate
Well-
ship.
It's technically, yeah, on the way to Tokyo. Why does it have? It is a Swedish flag on the front, right?
Yeah, I thought I saw that.
Why is
I
the Swedish? It's got a Swedish flag flying
'cause
and one on the front. I'm like,
the
where's this boat coming
The
from?
captain might be Swedish.
That doesn't mean the boat is.
Why do we all go Swedish chef as soon as it comes to anything?
We all go Muppets, Swedish chef.
Yeah,
Standard.
and driving the boat.
Oh, anyway, Kisuke gives Hodoka his business card, and it says on there that he is the CEO of a company. Anyone think he was like some sort of hotshot at this point?
No.
When he
I
gave
thought
him
he
the
was
card,
a wannabe hotshot, and I
You
fucking
think?
nailed it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I looked at it, I was like, oh, so he's like, he looks rough, but actually he's this big,
Yeah,
important
he just
person.
didn't look stressed enough to be CEO of an actual company.
I mean, yeah, we've had business cards, Sheeny.
True.
This
So
says a
anybody
lot.
can get a business card.
Anybody can write down their name on a piece of paper.
So when he gets to Tokyo, he ends up living in a net cafe. I looked, and net cafes are literally like that. You can
Yeah, they're just a box room.
you
with
buy for a
computer in.
24-hour
Yeah.
room. So yeah, essentially it's a room with a computer, and you can sleep in there if you want to.
Yeah.
You're giving me a lot of good points.
That's
here.
a
They're
wank
like
room.
they're like £8
That
a
is
night.
a wank room. Let's not
wank
mistake
room.
what it is. It comes with a built-in VPN. It's a wank room. Don't look around this room.
I can't
This
help
isn't
but
a wank
notice.
room.
I can't help but
It's a
notice.
circle jerk room.
This is a soggy biscuit room. That's what this is. I'll let our American audience discover what that means.
Don't Google,
Google it.
Don't
Google soggy biscuit game.
don't Google it.
Jim used to play it.
No, no.
Never lost.
Weren't you in the cadets, mate? Weren't you in the cadets?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where soggy biscuits played the most, isn't it?
Secret.
Always lost on purpose.
Oh, I suppose I've got to eat it again.
Not canon.
So we see Kisuke going around looking for work. He even applies at a sex club as
think-
well.
I
And
think
even-
he gets
even-
a reply from a sex club, doesn't
No,
he?
no, he goes in interviews and they're like, "Hey kid, have you got any ID? You're not 18 years old."
Oh,
And-
okay.
Yeah, he tries to apply at a sex club because he's that desperate for
We've
work.
all been there.
Have we?
Bojo's OnlyFans, all right?
Fair enough. I mean, he could have just pointed to the girl and just been like, "Neither is she."
So he ends up not having enough money to stay in the net cafe. He ends up on the streets. One day he's in that doorway and the dickhead guy comes past.
Is that before or after we meet Rain, the cat, in the puddle?
I'll be honest, I didn't write down when he meets Rain, but I'm pretty sure that
It's
is
in
when
that
he
doorway,
does
isn't it?
meet
Yeah.
Rain. Yeah. So yes, okay. Look, we get the cat and we get the puddles, plenty of puddles.
Inspired by Akira, Ghost in a Shell,
And every other anime movie
Canon
ever.
in every anime movie.
Pretty much.
So
Cat in a Puddle. Neon Sign was in here as well.
yeah,
To be fair, though, that cat was fucking adorable.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even when it was a fat blob at the end, I was like, I like this cat. This moody fucking cat. It went from a lovable thing to just copying that dude.
He trips. The guy trips him up. He crashes into the bins, and he finds a gun in the bin. They do actually do a subtle hint to this just prior to him
Yeah,
finding
there's a
the gun.
news,
There's a news report.
a news report saying there's 17 guns found and
Yeah,
18
so
rounds of ammunition or something.
Yeah.
18 rounds of ammunition, just 18.
Just 18, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It says 18 something.
I find it really strange that there's just a random gun in a bin.
Well, it would have been dumped. That would have been
yeah,
yeah.
it's a dump. Somebody's hidden it. Yeah, it's a plot device.
It's
as
more
well.
of the fact that
But
the guy's like, let me open this envelope and just have a look inside and see what's in there.
Does it? No, I thought it fell out of it as well, didn't it?
did it?
He opens it and then it falls out. He opens
Yeah.
it at McDonald's, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, because he's trying to.
No, he genuinely does.
He does. Okay, let's just
Advertising?
let's just get to that, right? First film I've ever seen where they haven't fucked around with names.
Yeah, it is just McDonald's. It is
First
Yahoo.
time. I was surprised. I was like, they've obviously got the rights to
sponsorship.
use them all.
I
yeah.
thought this was a Western movie with how much fucking sponsorship was thrown in there.
Well.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
But
it's like
at least
drinking
it's-
a
at least-
cold bud.
At least it's not.
Refreshing taste.
Budweiser, don't hit us up. We don't want your piss water, thanks.
All our sponsorships are going. It's slamming everybody.
If it's an American fucking lager, I don't want it.
And we're counting Brewdog in that as well.
Yeah,
We don't want
Brewdog,
it.
you can fucking do one. Piece of shit.
Says the person with 24 cans.
I don't have
downstairs.
24 cans. I have like 6 left. You're talking to an alcoholic. They don't last long.
So while in McDonald's, he ends up meeting Hina. She's there. I had to second take and think, is that Hina? Because it's very quick.
Yeah.
She gives him a burger because she
Big
can
Mac.
see he's
A
down.
good old Big Mac.
A good old
Yeah.
Big Mac.
A tasty Big
the
Mac.
amount of detail on that Big Mac was unreal.
And
like,
it looked better than any
more
Big
time
Mac
went
I've
into
ever
that.
seen.
Then went into the rain.
Somebody
Not having that.
that one wasn't thrown together.
No.
like most Big Macs
No,
are.
Big Macs never looked like the picture. That one did.
That's had the like
And
the,
it,
the
did you
greasy
see the
spray.
animation on it when he opened the lid of the box and it kind of sank down a little bit? Like, oh, that looks like a good burger. That fucking hell.
I feel like I need to order a meal.
Didn't you come with a McDonald's today?
Damn right we did. Hit us up, Mackie.
Clearly working.
So Hodaka, in the end, decides he's going to go and see Kisuke. Wouldn't this have been one of your first options before you were living on the street?
Well, yeah, I guess so. Some stranger. You would have made a phone call, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Got a job.
I've now seen Fight Club, and I've seen how they turn out. You guys shat on me for not watching Fight Club.
It's a brilliant movie.
Brilliant movie.
One of my top 5
Love
movies of
the
all time.
twist.
One of my top
Love
5
the
movies
twist.
of all time.
It's all about the twist.
Yeah.
Watch it again. You'll notice it the whole way through. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's always worth watching
No,
twice.
I get it.
Same
Like,
as the Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
like I saw the
All
things
the hints are in. They're fucking done perfectly in that.
when I got when it actually came out that was what had happened. I was like,
Yeah. He's like.
Yeah, I get
he's
it.
on the commercial for the hotel.
yeah, I see it.
On there, he's a waiter. He appears a bit earlier than that when he's in the phone box as well.
Yeah, I
And there's a
know.
reflection of him a bit earlier on. Fucking beautiful. Gorgeous movie. And there's a Starbucks cup in every scene.
Damn right.
There is in Game of Thrones.
What, a Starbucks cup?
Yes. One episode. Check it out.
I got a mate
I've
that was
seen
in
it.
that.
Google
I've seen
it.
the
There's a
Starbucks
Starbucks
one.
cup on the table.
In Winterfell.
Nice.
In Winterfell. Dun, 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 dun.
Raise your cups. What's that?
Before we go to war, we
Raise
have
your
Starbucks.
mocha chocolate.
Method screams masculine like a mocha chocolate.
The King of the North. And a tasty, lovely, refreshing cafe latte.
Anyway,
We
right.
know winter's coming because they've
Yeah,
got pumpkin
because-
spice.
The gingerbread men are out in full force.
Hodaka gets to Kisuke's rundown shithole of an office, and he finds Natsumi asleep on the sofa.
Yeah, that ain't a shithole though, is it?
No, it's not. No.
She's got a nice haircut.
He he leans in, checks her out.
It was tidy.
Well, it's tidy.
Yeah.
Very tidy haircut.
He finds out that the company that Kisuke owns, they write about urban legends. So it's like a sci-fi chasing little magazine article place. They don't write for any specific magazine, do they? Just write
No.
articles for various
Freelancing.
magazines. Yes.
We could do this, lads.
Oh, yeah. Go around just interviewing crazy people.
Yeah.
Not crazy.
Misunderstood.
Misunderstood. Thank you.
But you always leave with a tinfoil hat. Provided
Messi
by
is
them.
real. That's all I'm saying.
So we also get hints while he's learning about what they do that they talk about the myths of a sunshine girl and there's rain girls and stuff like that. He ends up, they give him a job and they say, you know, go and interview this person about, and they're chasing the sunshine girl, aren't they? And they go and end up talking to that weird psychic lady, and she talks about sunshine girls and things like that. She's seemingly a crazy woman. And she also talks about weather, and weather is power and things like that. It's all just a fucking pre-hint to what's to come.
Hint. Hint.
After the first interview, he ends up getting the job. They give him the job.
I'm getting word from the plot devices beyond. Ooh.
After he gets the job, we get our first musical interlude of the film. I fucking love these musical interludes.
Yeah.
The music's fantastic.
These are the best part of these movies.
The way they
Yeah, they are
show
nice.
the passing of time is fantastic in this. You understand that a certain amount of time's gone past. It just makes sense.
I'll talk about it right now. Now you said time passing.
Yeah.
There's one moment in this anime that really got me like, oh, that's brilliant. The artist, where they've done the anime of time passing in Japan, in Tokyo, where the sun's going through the sky and like the entire world's going by. It's like a time lapse of like a couple of days. And that was all drawn. That was all drawn. So they had to do every single section of that. And I think they followed, from what I understand, they followed an actual time lapse of what had happened in Tokyo over a day to get that through. That's amazing.
Just for that scene.
Anyone else see the Eiffel Tower during that scene?
It's not the Eiffel Tower.
It's the Tokyo Tower.
It's the Tokyo Tower.
It's totally not a rip-off of the Eiffel Tower though, right?
I mean, there's a Statue of Liberty in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
There's
There's also a Statue of Liberty in France.
There's one in Odaiba as well
Yeah.
in Tokyo.
Yeah,
There's
there's
a
more than one
of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
America. America
France
gets
is
everywhere.
pouring
you see.
themselves out to everybody.
Yeah.
Here, have a pretty lady. Here, have a pretty lady.
Who knew the French would be sending out pretty women to everyone?
She can't be French. She'd have a mustache if she was French.
She's not a dwarf.
So during the musical interlude, we see Hodeker. He does basically grunt work. He cooks for them. He cleans. He does reception work, booking appointments and things like that.
All the finances.
Yeah,
As well as writing.
he's loving life though. He's actually really enjoying what he's doing.
So at the moment, this is Hal's moving castle. No, not Hal's. I mean, Spirited Away at the moment.
I don't think she liked what she was doing.
No.
No.
I don't think he exactly enjoyed what
No,
he was doing.
He
he's
says
loving
he
it.
enjoyed
He's
it.
absolutely loving life at the minute.
He says he really enjoys day to day.
Really?
Yeah.
How is that?
I think he literally says days go by so fast, and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I
He
understand.
goes
like,
out
when
and
it-
he goes out and does interviews and stuff. He likes spend time.
I got that. Yeah, you heard it.
Yeah, I did. In the end, he's walking down the street and he sees Hina again, and she's being accosted by some.
It's a fancy word.
Sorry.
The fuck type of show do you think this is?
Put that fancy word back in your pocket. Put it back in.
She's
Calendar
being
of the
she's being
calendar.
harassed
That's what it's got.
by.
Word of the day calendar.
Slip that in.
Natalie, I used it.
She's being accosted by some club owners. These are like the sex club owners, right?
I think is it a sex club or is it like a cat
Some
cafe,
sort of
adulty cat?
I think
cafe
it's some
thing?
sort of seedy place.
It's seedy as fuck.
Have you been to a cat cafe? They're seedy.
Not yet. I haven't yet.
He decides he's going to do something about it. He flies in, he grabs Hina by the hand, and he runs. Doesn't get very far. The guy catches him. It's the same guy from the doorway that tripped him up.
Tripped him up, yeah.
Same dick. Starts beating him, beating a child.
Yeah,
Gets
he-
on top of him and starts beating the child.
I love he gives him the Italian gangster slap first.
Yeah, I know. The little one. Yeah, I was going to say. It's like little tap, little tap, little tip. Whack!
Yeah, then comes a thud.
Sometimes you got to slap.
There we go. I was waiting for it. Happens in every single anime.
Hodeker ends up pulling a gun on him. Anyone see this coming?
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't see that
Yeah.
coming.
I didn't see it coming. And the guy's like, "Oh, you ain't got the bottle." Fires the gun. Who thought he shot him?
Yeah. The first, when it
yeah.
pulled away
Yeah.
and you didn't know where the bullet went, I was like, ooh, I got a bit saucy, didn't
Yeah. He did. He basically.
Ketchup.
He didn't know where he was shooting. He closed his eyes.
Yeah.
It hit the lamppost, but it was enough to scare the guy so that he was that shocked he couldn't move. And Hina ends up grabbing him and they run away. She takes him to it's the same building with the shrine on it.
It is.
Has a go at him, tells him off. What are you doing carrying a gun? You're an idiot. And he throws the gun, very important plot device.
Yep.
He throws that into the corner of the room. And she kind of forgives him, doesn't she? She forgives him and she's like, come up to the roof. And she takes him to the roof and shows him the shrine.
You shouldn't be throwing guns like that. I literally
thought it was gonna go
thought
off?
it was going to go off. I was like, he's throwing that on the floor. That's gonna go off, that gun.
Don't be throwing guns.
Don't be throwing guns.
Put the safety on, then throw it.
Throwing knives, fine. Scissors, again, same thing.
What, fine or don't throw them? Which category are you putting scissors in?
We saw that kid in fucking Future
Yeah.
Diary.
Now, he was running with them, though.
All I think about is that TikTok with a kid running around the pool. What you got there? Scissors? No!
Right. They go up to the roof and she shows him for the first time. She prays and she takes the rain away from the roof. The rain does what it does. It circles back up into the sky, disappears, the clouds clear. Is this freaking you out?
I mean, yeah. At this point, I'm like, this is an abduction, right? In every other movie. I've seen X-Files. I know
Are
how this
you an
works.
alien?
The rain goes backwards and then you disappear. And then all of a sudden, you're not a virgin anymore.
I've noticed how you guys are like, I'm sus straight away. For me, I'd just be like, well, that's just coincidence. That's very coincidental.
A coincidence that it's going upwards.
Maybe.
Well, that rain's doing what it shouldn't do. Bit of a coincidence.
He's going up to her. He's going up to her and tapping her and going,
that
"Hey,
you?
hey, you see this?
What is this weird shit? What is happening here?
Jim's like an ape that's discovered fire for the first time. He goes up, whacks it a bit. It's not doing what it's supposed to. What's this?
You seeing this?" Gets his phone out. He's saying his dick's rising.
Wax it a bit. Is this doing what it's supposed to? I still wouldn't be like,
I wouldn't.
she's a magic woman.
She literally goes. Watch this. Prays, the rain goes, and you're like,
Bit of a coincidence.
coincidence.
Is this woman magic?
Lovely day though. Shirt comes off. Shirt comes
Sun's
off.
out, guns out.
She turns around. He's fucking laying in his pants. Gotta get the sunshine while you can.
SPF 50 out already.
Big blob on his nose. Sunglasses on.
One of those like tea towel things on my head. Yeah, you know the ones that they've got on the beach?
He's gone to the fucking Sahara.
No, not like that.
He's pissing in his shirt and putting it on his head.
What?
That's a survival technique, isn't it? He's in the corner pissing on his shirt. What are you doing?
Welcome to
Don't
Bear
want to
Grylls.
dehydrate, do I?
Welcome to Bear Grylls Survival.
Right. I don't know how we fucking went that far off.
You're in the middle of Tokyo. How are you going to survive?
There's water everywhere, food readily available. Better piss on it though.
I mean, Bear Grylls would still piss on it in the middle of fucking Tokyo. That man finds 101 uses for piss.
Trail snack, that's what that is.
So we cut away from the rooftop and we see for a brief moment that child who's in that apartment building. And he's looking out at the rain and he sees in the rain droplets on the windowsill little fish jumping around. And he's like, Mum, look, there's fish outside. And she's like, that's nice. Do you want to say something?
No,
Oh,
I'm all right. I was about to say,
Jim's having flashbacks. Mummy didn't love me.
look what I made. Look what I drew.
Look what I can do with it. It's a helicopter.
That's
Nice,
nice.
dear.
You're 18 years old. Put it away.
When in Norfolk.
Next scene is, I think it's the one when the two boys are running down the alleyway and he's like, come with me, I've got to show you something. And they
The
go,
whirlpool thing.
look. And there's a giant bubble in the sky. And it crashes down on those guys. I was going to kill those kids. It doesn't, it just washes them away a little
Movie's
bit.
taken a dark turn.
Oh, look, kids. Look, there's a whale in the sky. Drowns to death in that in the whale.
We also find out that actually it's been raining for 2 months straight in Tokyo. And it's August.
It would be wetter than that.
No,
It would be flooding
It's never
already.
heavy rain, though, is it really? It's kind of just light rain. But it's been
I
doing
would
it
like
for
to
2
see
months.
light rain round here for 2 months without heavy flooding.
Just claimed back by the sea.
I mean, they might as well with like Norfolk. It's pretty much there.
They finally reference back in the investigation place where they write the articles. They're talking about the fact that there's video evidence of like the fish rain droplets everywhere, like this supernatural occurrence, and nobody's really talking about it. It's really weird. It's all online.
Government
but
conspiracy.
It's like,
Right there.
Maybe it's the same as UFO footage. Maybe it's really low quality, fuzzy.
if rain droplets turned into fish and were hopping around, you'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Bit of a coincidence.
You're seeing this?
Yeah, I'd be like,
James is there with a jar trying to catch him.
See the fish, top off, pisses on a towel.
You've got to be prepared for anything.
disaster could strike at any moment.
Can't drink it straight away though. Can't eat this fish. Better put it up your butt.
It just fizzles away. Woo!
Jim discovers something new about himself. Telling you for years you'll like it.
Then we cut to Kisuke. He's in a meeting with his mum, and he's talking about seeing a child, his child. So we see that
Just any child.
just any child.
I see children.
I've told you, stop it.
Fucking
I'm
child,
drinking for fuck's sake.
fucking child catcher over here.
We find out that his mum's like withholding
There.
is withholding his child from him because his life's a mess. He's not in such a situation where he couldn't raise a child, is he? Really?
Don't
Well, I
worry,
know,
love.
but they
I've
do-
now got a child slave in my house. It's
They
fine.
do tell you later that he had a drinking problem. And
Okay, but he's
everything else.
clearly sorted himself out. I mean, he's cleared up what he can. He owns a business. He's trying.
Yeah.
At this point, you're probably at least giving him enough access.
It's a bit weird that he only sees his kid when there's no rain.
That's because she has asthma and the rain is.
So go round your mum's house.
Well, yeah.
I got asthma. I still go outside in the fucking
Supervised
rain.
supervised visits.
You shouldn't. It's very dangerous.
It's very
I'll melt.
dangerous. You're right.
I might breathe in the rain.
Lee, part which?
It cuts then from Hodeker, who is going to Hina's house. It's a date, isn't it? Come round my house. James
James is nodding. Shinny's like, "Can I come over, Jim?" It's a date. No wonder you got crutches.
And he talks to Hina about her sunshine powers, and he's like, "Why don't you make a business out of this and start charging people for sunshine?"
Go round
Here's
a
an
farmer's
idea.
field.
Here's an
Don't
idea,
give the
Hodeker.
government ideas.
I was going to say, here's an idea, Hodeker. If somebody finds out I can make sunshine, they might fucking lock me up.
Yeah, I mean, you disappear eventually anyway.
You're not fucking wandering around making sunshine. The government
Yeah.
aren't getting involved.
A farmer sticks you to a scarecrow thing instead. Basically,
Unless
keeps you on
Jim's
his field.
working for the government, and in which case, a bit of a coincidence.
That's
A bit of a coincidence.
I could work in the British government then, pretty much.
We also get introduced. We did get earlier, but I didn't think he was relevant. To Nagy, who was the player on the bus from earlier,
Yes.
the kid that was like chatting up all the girls on the bus. He appears again. Turns out that he's Hina's brother. She decides that she's going to go on board with this whole business of clearing up the sunshine, and they get a job request straight away, and they get asked to clear up the rain for
A flea market?
A market, yeah,
Yeah,
just
it's
a
like a
little
flea
flea market. And they go. She's there. She's praying. Nothing's happening. And
Can we talk about what they're wearing for the actual woman
yeah,
ceremony?
She's got the umbrella with the little
Yeah.
ceremonial shrine.
And one of them is
mascot
dressed
things.
as what I can only equate as one of the ghosts from Pac-Man.
Yes. And eventually it works, and the sky clears, and we jump into a musical interlude again, our second one, of them going around, and they've got jobs flooding in left, right, and centre.
Hey,
Hey. James is like, what did I miss?
Coincidence. Complete coincidence.
And we find out that the sky would always answer her prayers. That's what she says. The sky would, no matter what, the sky would always answer her prayers to clear up. She couldn't do it for long, and she couldn't do massive areas, although that completely contradicts itself in a minute, because eventually she gets hired to do this huge firework festival event, and the TV cameras are there, there's fucking helicopters and everything. She goes up to the roof, prays on the helipad, and the entire fucking sky clears over Tokyo.
Everyone has seen this.
Everyone has seen this. It was broadcast on the news.
By this point, maybe the government's like, something's not right.
someone's a bit fishy.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
We see the fireworks all over Tokyo, and we see Hina and Hodeker on the roof, and she gives you that little, isn't it? She says, "I love this."
Yeah, I
And
know
he's
what you're on about, yeah.
And he thinks she's saying that she loves him, and then she's like, "I love doing this, being the sunshine girl." At this point, he is very clearly falling for her.
Well, yeah. He'd been...
Shocking.
I thought he'd liked her from the time that she gave him a Big Mac inside the...
That's
She
what
bought
it
him
takes,
lunch.
Jim.
That's when James fell in love with her.
she
You got
bought
me
him lunch.
food.
You bought me lunch.
Sheeny bought me lunch the other day.
It cuts from them, and we see Natsumi, and we find out that actually she doesn't want to work for Kisuke at all. Who thought that they were brother and sister? What did we think their relationship was when it started?
Yeah, I thought it was a sibling
Yeah,
thing.
they were
I thought it was
siblings.
siblings, yeah, but obviously to Hodeker, he thought that was his mistress, because he saw that Kisuke had a wedding ring on.
Yeah.
So he assumed that, yeah. That's your ring finger, James, not that one.
The international sign for...
And we see that Natsumi has been going around trying to find jobs, and she's really struggling. I think she keeps turning around to every job going, "You were my first choice."
Yeah, I did see that. She's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I really want this job because you're my first choice that I've chose forever. And then they're like, doesn't she get caught out?
I don't know, but
I
she
think
just
she
says
gets
it to
caught out.
everybody. We also see that Kisuke's struggling as well. So both of them are having a bit of a hard time at the minute. Kisuke's struggling with his whole drinking and smoking addiction, the fact he can't see his daughter, the business is not going well. And he's in the car with Natsumi, and they're talking, and she's saying about the fact that Hodeker's not been about, and he's been doing other things. And she's like, "What did you pay him anyway?" And he's like, 3. She's like, 30,000, you cheapskate. He's like, "No, 3,000 yen." And she's like, "I'm going to report you to child
That's
services."
child labour.
What is 3,000
I
yen?
worked out
Fuck
3,000 yen,
Yeah.
by the way.
Go on.
It's like $15
And he's paying him that, what?
a week.
A week. $15, so like a tenner a week.
Yeah.
Because we worked out the other day when I was watching it, when they gave him 20,000 or like 200,000 yen or something like that. I think it was like 20,000 yen
Yeah.
from the flea market.
Yes.
We were like, that's about $115, $120.
Which isn't bad.
Well, it's not
For
bad
a
for like
quick prayer.
a quick rain dance.
A quick rain dance.
Rain dance.
Anyone want to pay me £100 for a rain dance? I'll do it.
They're not paying you for just a rain dance.
Yeah, but he
Just
means
rain.
on a stage, sat on a chair, pulling a lever.
Turned in a fucking techno club.
Just a big bear.
And a pole.
Head.
All right, dancing bear. Somebody's been watching their porn. James,
Jim's like, what? What?
Jim's like, what do you guys watch?
don't worry.
Don't worry about it, mate.
All right, I won't worry about it.
Google it.
No, I'm not.
Google
Googling
dancing
it.
bear.
No.
Google dancing bear.
You'll like it.
You're giving me a face that's like, do it.
It's a party
Bring your whipped cream as well. And a towel.
and a pole. The next thing we find out is that Hina is quitting her job as the Sunshine Girl because of overexposure.
To the sun?
Because
What part was the overexposure? The helicopters or the
yes,
TV
yeah.
screens?
So the clearing up the entire sky of Tokyo, the helicopters seeing it. She's got a bit too popular now. Too many requests, so she's going to step away from the role.
Is she like a Jedi that's learning her powers? Like, at the start, she could only clear small sections of the sky, and now she's like able to move the entire clouds across
don't know.
Tokyo. Soon, she'll be able to completely wipe all the clouds across the entire world.
Yes, and then drown us all afterwards.
Well, I mean, it starts to do it.
Doesn't start, it does.
Yeah. How much rain is too much rain?
By 11 months worth in England, isn't it?
That's normal.
We cut to Natsumi and Kisuke, and they go to see... They're doing their work, and they go to see that old man at the temple. And the old man talks to them about... There's always been a weather maiden. It's an old tradition that they had in Tokyo, or in Japan. And almost every village had a weather maiden who would pray for good rain, for good sunshine and stuff, for crops. He also says that it's not unusual for there to be a lot of rain, because they mentioned the fact that it's been raining for months now. And he's like, rain isn't unusual. And you're saying it's, what is this records thing? Oh, it's the most rain we've had on record. He said records only go as far back as they're kept.
I think it's like 100 years, they say.
Yeah. The man's saying, like, you only know as far as they go, but what's beyond that?
And don't they talk about, at this point, the Edo period where it was like...
Where Tokyo used to
Be underwater.
be underwater. It was a bay. And he turns around and he says, however, though, everything comes with a price. And a tragic fate always awaits the weather maiden. I mean, this is to you, the audience, going, guess what? We're going to fuck you over now soon. And you're like, saw this coming. It was never going to be fucking sunshine, was it?
No. It's like the death scene from, is it Your Name? Or is it the other one? Sorry, Silent Voice. The death scene right at the start where it's like, yeah, we're going to fuck you over eventually. You remember where they're at the funeral?
Oh, I want to eat your pancreas.
That's the one. I want to eat your pancreas. Where they're like, yeah, you're going to get fucked over eventually with your feelings. But it's not now.
No.
We'll do it later.
So we find out that Hina's birthday's coming up. Hodoka buys her a ring. That's quite a... For a 16-year-old boy, that's a bit of an odd present to get somebody.
Well,
I
he,
just
but
add.
he only does it on the advice of her little brother.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, he's just like, why didn't you get her a ring?
How much money has this guy saved? If he's only getting 3,000 yen per week.
Well, it's got no expenses.
Well, he did ask Natsumi what to get her, and Natsumi's reply was hugs, kisses, and I'd like a job if somebody asked me what I wanted for my birthday.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we also see the dickhead guy from the club running away from the police. It's the first time we get an introduction to Taki.
Space Dandy.
Space Dandy. The hair.
That is a beautiful pompadour. Unlike his pompadour, he combs the streets of Tokyo.
Can I just add, when they catch this guy, he's like, I swear I didn't know she was underage.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, don't worry about that. We're not here for
Yeah.
that.
No cop is saying that.
No, don't worry about that.
Every cop's going, what?
Hold on a
Put a
second.
pin
Bit
in.
of a coincidence.
We'll put a pin in
Put a
that.
pin in that bit.
We'll come back to that. And then he wants to know about, he's got surveillance footage of Hodoka and when he shot the gun. And he asks him about him, and the guy's like, I don't know who he is. He's just some kid. Which he is. This guy doesn't
Yeah.
know anything about him. Wouldn't you know that he is associated with the Sunshine Maiden who's been all over the news?
Yeah, you know that guy that's been on
Yeah.
telly?
Yeah.
How about we just put in a request and then we'll find him when he comes to us with the Sunshine Maiden?
Yeah, just put in a request, a job request. They
Can
both
you
come
put
together.
some sunshine on the police office, please?
In this cell. We also find out from Nagy that he is very much aware of the fact that Hodaka is in love with Hina. And he's like, you don't beat around the bush. What you do is you're a straight talker early on. You tell them what... Once you're together, that's when you can be a bit more, don't know what you want. James taking notes.
You fucking need
He's
to.
basically like, tell them straight, and then you can sort of, yeah.
What, go flim-flam all over the place
Flim
later?
flam. That's a... Cool, you can tell we're English, can't you? Oh, I've gone all flim flam. Golly.
Gosh.
Fuck's sake.
Oh my lord, I've gone all flim-flam.
A bit gobbledygook.
Yeah.
We cut to Hodaka and Hina going to their last job, and it's in the park, and he says, like, after this job, I'll give her the ring. It's Kisuke who actually put the job request in. He wanted a sunny day in the park so he could spend his time with his daughter, so she can come out, because she can't come out in the rain.
Have they wrote an article about her yet?
No.
No.
Then when she turns up and actually clears the sky...
Kisuke doesn't believe in it. He doesn't believe it's real, for some reason.
He's me. He sees the sky clear for one thing and he's like,
Coincidence.
And we also find out that Natsumi is his niece, not his mistress. Not that that wasn't, you know. And we will also find out that his wife's dead. I guess you could have guessed that with everything that's going on, but they finally confirm, and they say, like, he's not over it and he's never really recovered from it. Then there's that slight moment with Natsumi and Hina when they're on the bench, and she's like, I'm worried about you. And Hina's like, why? And she shows her a phone, but you never find out what they're talking about. And you're like, that's going to be important later, which it is. Cut to Hodaka. He's walking home with Hina, and he's super nervous. It's a stereotypical moment where he's like, this is the first time I'm going to ever tell a girl I love her. He's super nervous. He goes to say something, and then she vanishes for a second. I thought she'd gone. Think she's gone?
Not yet.
No? Well,
I thought
she vanishes. Her jacket's on the floor and everything. I was like,
I thought she'd gone.
She's just gone. No, she's up in the air floating, and she floats back down again. And we got a glimpse of her arm at that point, didn't we?
Yes.
And that it was turning into water.
You could see through it, yeah.
Yeah. And she explains to Hodaka about the day that she became a Sunshine Girl. She says it's the day that she visited the shrine when she was at the hospital with her mum. And she says at the moment she stepped through that gate, she became connected to the sky. That's all she says. I became connected to the sky. And for some reason I can control the weather after
Is it
that.
just luck then?
I think it's a sacrifice.
She said when she was in the hospital room that she was praying
She wanted
for
one
one more
walk
good day.
with her mum.
So she could go out with her mum and have one more day in the sunshine. And then all of a sudden, the ray of sunshine hit the shrine and she went
So,
and left her mum.
was it raining... Was it raining constantly then, or
Yes.
did it happen before?
No, it was raining constantly, and she's a sacrifice to stop it.
Okay, no, I was
To
just
return.
No,
thinking...
you mean
normal
before she
Yeah,
became
before
a sunshine
she
girl.
became
No,
a
I think
sunshine girl.
I think the weather would have just been normal at that point.
Yeah, that's
I
what
thought
I
it
was
was
thinking.
raining.
The weather is connected to her, isn't it? But
Yeah.
before she became a sunshine girl and stepped through the shrine, she had no connection to it.
But it was raining then.
It was
because-
just raining that day.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I
They
think
don't-
it was raining because they say that Tokyo was a bay, which means it would have been where it was at the end of the movie. So I think it was a constant rain.
Spoilers.
Before I fucking watched it. And anyone hasn't, fuck you.
But
Wow.
no, I was under the impression it was just a rainy day.
No,
I thought it was just a
I thought
rainy
it was
day.
the sacrifice to bring sun and a normal season.
But she doesn't bring sunshine. Only when she prays does she bring a little bit.
Yeah, and then when she's done that enough, she goes to the sun and weather returns back to normal.
See,
Because if it
I
was
wasn't
if it was
sure.
sunny
No.
all the time and it was normal weather, there's no need for the sacrifice of the sunshine girl.
No, I think it's connected to the fact that she was praying that day for sunshine, and she prayed so hard, and when she stepped through the gate, she became connected to the sky, and it allowed her to control the weather.
And didn't just fall off the building. I'm sorry, guys, but every time I saw them go up there, I was like,
Do you mean those loose breeze rocks on top of the breeze rocks?
Breeze rocks.
On top
Ah,
of that roof.
Pokemon Breeze rocks. He turns a drying pan into a frying pan into a frying pan. Please tell me you see that from Brock.
It's a drying pan.
He turns a frying pan into a drying
Fan.
pan. Please tell me. Have you guys not seen that from Brock in Pokemon?
I see the shows.
We cut to
Actually, one of the movies.
I don't like them either.
We cut to Hodaka. He's in Hina's apartment again, and just as he's about to come out of the bathroom, she's like waiting there a second because the doorbell goes. Turns out it's the police at the door. Is it Tacky? It's Tacky again, isn't it? The Pompadour guy. Dandy.
Hey, baby.
The worst dandy.
Can you spot me?
Can you spot me some cash?
Your dandy's Irish for some reason.
Can you spot me some cash?
So, turns out the police are looking for Hodaka because his parents have filed a missing persons report.
Stop fidgeting with things that make noise.
He also turns around and says, by the way, do you live in this apartment on your own? And she's like, yes, I do. And he's like, she should have just said no.
No.
Yeah.
And
no.
she's like, yes, I do. Why? And he's like, yeah, you're a minor, so social services will be by in the morning. He gives her, like, that night to run away, by the way.
Yeah.
Wouldn't they just be
That's
like...
not happening.
Wouldn't they just be like, we'll have someone wait here until...
Yeah,
We'll
all
take
the,
you
all
in.
the police on the street are like, we'll get you right now. But this
Yeah.
particular cop that's got him
like,
cornered in a
"Back in the
building,
morning."
it's like, I'll be back later.
Child services will be back in the morning. See you later. And then he leaves.
Just so you know, you'll have roughly 24 hours before we're back, and
How
we
long
won't
is a
leave
night to
anybody.
you? How long's a night to you?
24 hours.
They said they'd be by in the morning.
No wonder we always catch you asleep.
Yeah.
As he leaves the apartment, he is picked up by Kisuke in a disguise. And Kisuke turns around and says,
By disguise,
I
you
can't
mean
remember the disguise.
it's a hat.
it's a hat.
Did he have like the nose and glasses thing
No,
on
no,
as
he
well?
didn't.
Just
Despite
like,
the fact that he's in his car,
Yeah.
in his normal clothes, in his neighborhood.
And he turns around to Hodaka and he's like, I'm really sorry. I've got to let you go. They're treating it as a kidnapping. And I need custody of my daughter. I can't be involved in all this. Do you know what? Fair enough to him.
yeah, fair enough.
He made the best
There was no
decision.
resentment
The right
to him
decision.
for this, was
Nope,
there, at
it's the
all?
right decision. I actually like this character. He's probably my favourite one in it.
Why? Because he's sensible.
No, because he's an alcoholic. I relate a lot.
In the end, Hodaka ends up going back to Hina. She's packing. She's like, we've got to leave. We've got to leave Tokyo. We can't afford to be taken in by child services. And he turns around to her and he says, let's just run away together. All three of us. We'll just go.
I'm not being funny. How easy would it be to run away as a kid? These guys struggle a lot. If you were just wanted to run
If you've
away,
got
We've all
money,
been there.
If you've got money, easy.
We've all been there. We've all gone, fuck it, I'm leaving. I'm never coming back. And then your parents are like, fine, see you later.
You get down the road.
And then you're like, oh shit, now where do I
Jim
go?
sat at the bottom of the garden in a bush.
And Mum comes out with lunch and he's like, you made me lunch. All right, I'm coming back in.
James, I've made you some food. All right, I'm coming back. I ain't going far. I know which side my bread's buttered on.
Buttered bread.
Both sides.
You posh boy.
Golly.
Golly. Papa.
Father, you made me lunch.
Father doesn't make lunch.
Father-
Jeffrey
Ah!
does.
Jeffrey.
Do you just...
Jeffrey. Jeffrey.
You just renom it. Father. Speak, priest.
Half of this has got to get cut. Actually, not. There's no point
The
to it.
Americans have seen the IT Crowd, right? They had their version. It was
really?
shit. Yeah, they had a version of the IT Crowd. Yeah, it had thingy who worked with Alison Brie on. in
Oh,
Community.
wait. I know.
3.
At this point in the film, the rain gets worse. We start seeing almost torrential downpours. It is connected to Hina, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
And the
connected
fact-
to her
'cause
mood, isn't it?
Yeah, because her situation's
we
so
need
dire, the rain gets
convincing
dire.
of it?
Convincing fear.
Convincing of it
Oh.
that it was connected. Do we
No, I
need
like the fact
more
that because
convincing?
she's so pressured at the minute, the rain gets worse because she's running, she's scared, the rain gets worse because her emotions are all over the place.
Was it the lightning strike that gave it away?
That comes in a minute. Turns out there's a massive typhoon forming over Tokyo, and that's like in the eye of the storm. And we see the temperature is plummeting, it's becoming freezing, there's mass flooding, there's storms everywhere. They're on a train.
It's the day after tomorrow.
It is the day
There's
after tomorrow.
storms everywhere. They're on a train.
And they're on a train.
Holding Old Spice.
They're on a train. It's been delayed. So they're like, shit, we can't run away. What are we going to do? So they go looking for a hotel. Every hotel is booked or will not take them in unless they
I
show
love that
ID.
they Home Alone the shit out of this.
And then the snow starts to fall in August. It begins to snow.
What's your point?
It's,
Like-
normal, it's normal, isn't it?
Normal, isn't it, for like snow in August?
And Hodeker at this point is like, yeah, I think it's snowing because of Hina right now. He's finally stood there and gone, I think all this bad weather is connected to Hina. And we cut to Kisuke. He's at the bar. He's got a bottle of Maker's Mark next to him.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, oh, thank goodness. That's a
He's got-
damn good whiskey.
All he drinks is fucking beer and Makers. I can relate to this dude.
Yep.
Maker's Mark, hit us up.
Yeah.
That's
Genuinely,
the-
that's what we
Genuinely.
want.
That's
Fucking
what-
hit us up.
We're picky boys.
Picky boy.
And Natsumi comes in and she starts talking about the situation and she tells him off because he's been smoking and drinking. She's like, stop doing that. This is the situation. And she's also like, don't you know that if it is real and she is a sunshine girl, the only way we're stopping this bad weather is if she died. And he turns around and he goes, that's the only way of stopping it. I'm okay with this.
I'm okay with
You've all seen the meme of the guy with a gun. It's just like,
it. Shame.
He
gotta
says,
do what you gotta
he
do.
literally says it's worth it
It is worth it.
It is.
to save all those people. Yeah.
To
Yeah.
save
Hundreds
Tokyo.
of thousands of people's homes flooding and death, or one girl.
Who just gets turned into bubbles.
But you're in love with that girl. What do you do? Oh, the silence. Yeah.
Sorry, Fran.
Have fun with the fish.
She hates fish. She's genuinely afraid of them.
Enjoy your
Enjoy
island,
hell.
enjoy your island in the sky that you'll forever be on.
It doesn't have to be painful.
I'll make
One last go,
James
Fran.
just walks over and goes, I'll make it quick.
James always makes it quick.
Once more onto the bridge.
We cut to Hina and Hodeker. They end up getting stopped by the police because the policeman turns around and goes, that's a pretty big backpack you've got there, kid.
I'm a PUBG player.
A policeman.
Did
That's me.
she make you lunch?
That's what I was thinking. When that guy went, you got a pretty big backpack there, kid. I was like, is this like the Japanese version of me?
I love the fact the cop, the other one in the background, turns around and goes, "Yeah, we've got the kid.
You would notice this, right?
We think we've located the kid." And
That's a pretty big backpack.
You
The
got
guy
too
behind.
much stuff.
Something's going on here.
Hodeker tries to run away. He can't. He's shit at running away. By the way,
Every time, Slip.
he gets
Slip.
caught. The police
Stop wearing Adidas.
grab
It's
him.
rainy.
Stop wearing Adidas.
It's rainy.
James is making excuses. As he is about to get arrested, Hina runs over and rugby tackles the police officer off of Hodeker. And she cries out. And when she cries out for them to stop, lightning strikes a truck right near them and explodes.
Not gonna lie, if I'm her, I'm like,
I
I am invincible.
We know that wouldn't happen, though, right?
What?
Like lightning strikes a vehicle, it doesn't explode. Like,
Depends
they're
on what's in that vehicle,
they're
doesn't it?
designed not to.
I
I don't know. I've never blooming lightning.
I've not seen a lightning hit a vehicle. So
I've
maybe-
not
For a
used my
reason.
force lightning yet on any vehicle.
my force lightning.
That's what she has. Currently, she can part the clouds with her force powers.
They end up getting away and they find a hotel that will finally accept them and take them in for the night. And I actually like this whole scene.
This whole scene's good.
They just enjoy themselves in the hotel room. They've got a massive
Who
hotel
wanted
room.
that bathtub?
Oh, the big
Ah,
bath with
yeah.
blue lighting. Yeah.
Not gonna lie though, boys. Not getting in with you.
No. Why not?
It's a bit weird.
It's big enough for 3.
No.
I want to bang your sister.
We-
Let
we-
me get in the bathtub with
We
you.
crack open the Maker's Mark
Yeah,
and we have a good time.
that is big enough for 3.
There's-
And then we
there's-
put the water on
get-
our OnlyFans, yeah?
We get we get the fucking noodles out of the fridge in those little. By the way,
Ah, yeah.
that fridge has like a buy box in it.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, that was
We get the
awesome.
noodles out. We cook them up. We have them in the bath and all.
In the bath?
Yes.
What, with us?
Pretty steamy in here. Get the noodles out, boys.
We've got the noodles in the bath.
Want to try some of my noodles?
Jim's at a normal public pool with just noodles.
I'm just basically...
They're not the right pool noodles.
Are we just making like our bathtub?
That karaoke machine's coming in there as well.
Are we just
That's my type of bath.
Are we just making this bathtub into a ramen?
Yes.
Like there's just noodles and all sorts in there with us.
We're just stewing in a broth.
Got your chopsticks out. Not a noodle. Not a noodle.
Stir the tub.
Make a whirlpool, guys.
So we're getting reported to the police because we've turned our jacuzzi bath into a broth.
Imagine if you were the cleaner going in there the next day and just what happened?
No,
It's a scene from Daddy Daycare. He just looks around the bathrooms. It's on the ceiling wall.
Why have we got noodles on the ceiling?
Why not?
It's everything on the ceiling. And we're asleep in the bath, just like
Noodles around us.
it's like the fucking Hangover. We wake up in the morning, everything's fucking everywhere. We're like, what the fuck happened?
And because it's an anime,
Mike Tyson in the corner.
And where's Jim?
and because it's an anime, you're covered with your noodles and covering your noodle.
Oh, it's not Where's Jim. Jim's the guy that loses the tooth.
I love the fact he thinks noodles can cover your noodle.
There's a lot of noodles. This is a bathtub.
Just the one noodle for you, Jim.
Strand of noodle.
Not even an udon.
It's one of those glass ones.
Half of that is fucking pointless. Half of that is just tangents. Fucking tangents upon tangents on this one.
In the end, they end up having this great night in the hotel room.
He almost had a great night.
He gives her the ring that he bought her.
Yeah, and I thought she was going to give her his ring. She like dropped the robe and everything. I was like, what the fuck?
I
How
think
old is she?
She says she's coming up to 18.
She says she's coming up
She's
to 18.
not.
She's not. She's
Yeah, when he gives her the ring,
15,
she's supposed to be
15
18.
to 16,
but
yeah.
she's going to 16.
So I think he makes an error at this point, and I don't think he realizes it. But she turns around to him and she says, "Hodaka, would you like the rain to stop?" And he says, "Yes."
I mean, yeah, I kind of would like the rain to stop.
Oh
as
no,
well.
rain when you're in bed is the best.
And she says, "Don't you do realize that?" And she tells him that I'm a sacrifice, and if I do die, then the rain will stop.
Which altar have we got to go to for this sacrifice?
And then she sits up and she takes her robe off, and her body is almost totally
See through?
Holy.
transparent, and she is disappearing. She's turning into water. And what are you thinking at this? Well, 1 minute when she's taking the robe off, you're thinking, all right, and then you see she's half water, and you're like, I'm still all right.
Will you stop touching things that make noise?
Because I'm talking about her disrobing.
He's getting excited. He's like, distract myself, distract myself, distract myself. It's for my brother.
I was looking at these.
It's for my brother.
These have been
It's
sat
an
here all this
advent
time.
calendar of candles. My brother loves candles.
My girlfriend would love her. She would love the advent calendar of candles. She's one of these people that, candles and fucking pebbles.
I like
The
candles.
fucking. I bet you're the
I like
same. I
candles.
bet your house is the same. Fucking candles and fucking pebbles everywhere.
Candles,
Pebbles.
yeah. Not pebbles.
Yeah, like the fucking rock dishes.
I know what a pebble is. I know it's a rock. You do know what pebbles.
Potpourri.
Potpourri.
Yeah.
Oh god. I don't mind it around Christmas. Potpourri. Not the rest of the year.
Why around Christmas? Why
you
is
get
that
the really
potpourri
nice-
time of year?
It's just because you get the really nice Christmassy smell when you get the oranges and the cinnamon and stuff. It's nice.
Just get some orange and cinnamon spray.
It's not the same, Jim.
Maybe.
It's not the same.
Maybe not, but like, I don't like just dishes of crap just sitting there.
Well, don't crap in it then.
I've seen your bathroom. There are 3 fucking bowls in that room with
it's
fucking
not.
Cheerios. There was.
There was.
Fucking last
There
week.
was. It's because I eat my cereal.
3
in
bowls
that.
of Cheerios on the side,
They're not
guys.
Cheerios. They're not Cheerios.
That's
They're-
3 days, guys,
They're
of
Fruit Loops.
Cheerios.
They're Fruit Loops.
Yeah, you're
all
a
right?
fucking Fruit Loop.
I am. And I eat my cereal in the bath.
Which means he either had 3 baths in one day or has had 3 baths
One
over
of
3
those.
days.
One of those was
Back
friends.
to the film.
Come
Yeah.
on, then.
Hodaka turns around to her when he sees that she's disappearing or turning into water, and he says he wants her to make a promise that no matter what happens to her, she won't go anywhere, and that they'll always be together.
It's a bit much after a couple of weeks, isn't it?
And
They've been together a while.
It's been a while.
I thought it was like a year.
Yeah,
It's not
I don't know about that. No, because her birthday's only just come up when he gives her the ring, so it's a
true.
few months. In fact, she says like 3 months I'll be 18, doesn't she? So it's been about 3 months. He falls asleep, and while he's sleeping, you see the dream he's having, and in his dream he's riding his bike on the island.
Did they all have the same dream?
This comes later. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's following a light across the island. It gets to a point where the light continues across the water and he has to stop. And he says that he followed that light and that he chose to follow that light. And when he followed it, it led him to Hina. And then we get Hina's side of things, and she is dreaming and she's recalling about the time that she met Hodaka, and she has like a flashback of her time with him.
That's a nicer flashback.
Yeah. And then she wakes up and she's in a field and rain starts pouring on her, but it's not, as it hits her, it's like rippling, as if it's hitting a puddle.
Yeah.
The ring that she's holding on her finger, it drops off her finger, and she can't grab it because it's just falling through.
Yeah, because she's water.
Yes. And it zooms away from it, and you see that she's inside a massive storm cloud. And Hodaka wakes up, and he realises he can see that her dressing gown's on the bed. She's gone. Not just that, but the fucking police have managed to find out where they are, and they're banging on the door.
How did they find out where they were?
I don't know.
Name for a hotel room?
Yeah, possibly.
Maybe.
And
Yeah.
when they arrest him and Nagi, they go outside, and as they step outside, it's beautiful sunshine outside, and everything. I like the fact that everything's still underwater as well.
It's
I
like
love
a
that.
foot deep of water.
Yeah.
And they're just stood in it in suits.
It's brilliant.
You're not doing
What
that.
the fuck are you doing with your life where you're standing
Always
just in a
look
puddle?
professional.
I'd be in me fucking waders at that point. Like the fisherman
Love that
gear.
you own waiter.
He doesn't
I
know
actually
what it
believe you that you would own them.
At least
I don't go fishing, I just like the look.
is. And as he leaves the hotel, the ring falls from the sky and lands in the puddle in front of him. It's convenience. And
Puddle.
he picks it up.
Puddle.
Well, lands in. If that ring had dropped in that water, you're like,
Well, that's gone.
I was going to say, you're fumbling around in that water for ages and you're not finding it.
I'm not going fumbling around in that water.
Oh, you got your waders on.
This is
If you're going to arrest me, let me put my waders on.
this is a city. Those streets are not clean. They are not.
We see them in the police car, and this is when we find out that Hina's been lying about her age all along, and she's actually 15.
Shock. Anyone surprised?
And that
I
Hodaka was the oldest.
I think I was.
Yeah, I think it's a nice... I don't know if it makes a difference.
It doesn't make any difference.
I was going to say, I
was
don't
just-
think it makes a difference. Maybe she was just... Why was she lying? I don't know.
It's so she could...
Get the
if she was
house, isn't it?
18, she's an
Yeah.
adult.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. So
And then she could be with
No,
her.
it's... Oh, no,
for
they
jobs
do
and
mention it.
stuff.
Jobs. Yeah, that's it. She lied on all her job applications and everything. And there's a little hint in there about the fact that certain people have been having or had this dream about this girl and this light and everything. People have seen Hina in their dreams.
I think what's his name's daughter even says, "Oh, I saw her in a dream the other
Yeah.
night."
Yeah, she did.
And Nagi says it when he wakes up.
Yeah.
He says, I had a dream about her going missing. He gets to the police station and Hodaka turns around to him before they take him into the interrogation room. He turns around and he goes, look, let me go and find Hina. I'll hand myself back in once I've found her. And they're like, no. And he...
No copper in the world is going, yeah, all right then.
I don't know if I...
Really?
Look, he's going to run away. You know he's going to run away if you don't do it.
Not if you do your job properly.
Put him in the
Put him in a
interrogation room.
fucking cell where he's supposed to be.
So
Is he
ran-
supposed to be in a cell?
Yes.
Is there a reason why he would be in a cell?
Yes,
Yeah.
there's footage of him pulling a gun on somebody, so
Yeah.
probably need to question him about that.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they were going into the interrogation room, weren't they?
So,
Put him in there.
he ends up managing to get away from them.
Fucking yeet!
He runs away, runs all the way through the police station, out the door.
This guy's an athlete.
I'm
Fucking
also,
hell,
by
he's
the
an
way,
athlete.
all they do to stop him is go, somebody make sure he doesn't escape.
The kid in the white shirt, please stop.
The one that is not capable of running away from people
And
normally.
then there's a
Yeah.
police officer at the front door with a big stick.
I did see.
And he slides under him.
And he slides under him.
He slips.
He
and
he
goes
does
under
slip
his
over. And, yeah.
slips.
And Natsumi turns up
Jim's
and
at
she's
the
on...
side. Bit of a coincidence.
As he stands in his waders. Morning.
Morning.
Great day for fishing, isn't it?
Standing outside on the roadside.
But he's got one of those little toy rods for kids.
No, he's got a fucking remote control boat.
I thought you meant like an actual boat, like in the middle of Tokyo.
Just a little remote control fishing trawler.
Yeah, just didn't know, an actual trawler. Just in the middle of Tokyo.
Anyway, Natsumi turns up. She's on a moped and she helps Hodoka escape. We cut to Nagi, who has been put in some sort of like daycare center place. And he's getting his girlfriends to come and visit him.
Come visit me, baby. Come see me in the slammer.
In Jim's world, she's pulling that wig out of her ass.
So the
Snuck it in.
So those girls.
It's in a cake.
So those girls asking best the worst place to put it would Jimmy eat it.
We put a shiv in the cake. You what?
You're probably not.
That fucker's coming out hard. So he ends up getting these girlfriends of his to help him escape. One of them distracts the police guard and he dresses up as one of the girls and gets away. Also, Kisuke is visited by the police again. And he's like, why the hell are you here? I told you, the kid's not here. And he's like, you arrested him. And the officer's like, well, yeah.
Yeah, you see about that.
Yeah, he kind of got away. And he's like, you're good at your job, idiot. Basically. And the police talk to Kisuke and they ask him questions. And he ends up crying.
Yeah, they're asking him questions and he's like, are you alright? And he's like, yeah, why? What's going on? And then he's like, you're crying. And he's like,
Because he
"Oh."
mentions love, doesn't he? He mentions the fact that Hodoka's run off to find Hina. And that he's escaped because he needs to find her. And that triggers something in Kisuke. Natsumi ends up... Does she jump something? She goes up a ramp or something.
Yeah.
She does a jump and lands in a giant, massive puddle of water and it sinks her moped. So...
Oh no, that's where they try and skim across the sunken part.
I saw
Yes.
they do
Yeah.
skim across
That's it.
part of it as well. I'm
Fucking
like,
pebblestone thrown
what the
across the
hell?
lake
with a moped.
with a moped.
That thing's not getting 10 feet in that water.
So Hodoka ends up going alone. He runs off. Why didn't she go with him as well? Like, she could have
Yeah.
stayed with him. But
She's got to get a moped out of the water, that's why.
That's because she's not an athletic runner like
Yeah,
this
true.
fucking kid.
I fucking love this bit of the film where he is running and he's calling out Hina's name and
The
he's
music.
running down the train tracks. The music's playing and there's flashbacks of them together and their time
But you
together.
know, in reality, this scene's going on for 3 hours with him just running.
You're hoarse by the end of it.
The 2 minutes that we saw with some good
Hina.
music, he's like flailing around, his knees are burning.
I
If that's
fucking-
any of us, like the first 2 minutes we're doing that, then after that we're like, oh, I need to sit down.
He's like, I need some electrolytes.
Somebody give me
James
an
is
energy
stopping
bar.
pissing on his shirt, putting it on his head.
He's rinsing it out. Save that.
I was...
Nom, 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 nom.
To be fair, I was proper like, go on. When I was watching it, I was literally like, go on, Hodoka. I was supporting him. I was involved at this point. I
Yeah,
was like,
you're
"Fucking
one
go
of the
on."
people along the side while he's doing the marathon. Go on!
I'm like the guy from the World God only knows these fucking banners.
Yeah.
He said,
I
balls
bought
of
you a
water.
fruit basket. It's got trainers in it.
I mean, yeah. Also, he's running down a train track.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
A disused one because all the trains are stopped because of the weather.
That's a good job. Does he know about this?
How
Does he
many
know
work-
about the train
How many
schedule?
workmen do you see?
Well,
Like
How many
3.
people working on a train track have you ever seen
you-
in your life?
Maybe 2, maybe
it's a flooded
3.
train track. They're probably doing,
So
they're
why are
doing
they on the bit of the track that's dry?
I don't know.
We're working on this one.
You are doing what they're doing, though. You're looking up and going, what's he doing? And just letting him go. You're not chasing him.
Kid,
No,
it's
you're
the
just like-
Shinkansen line. You're fucked if you keep going.
You're just like, anyone going to stop him? Because I ain't.
It's an advert for train safety.
That would have been a
to be
great end
honest.
to the movie. Just one guy rugby tackle the fuck out of him. Absolute American football stop.
So he ends up getting to the building. And as he climbs to the top, Kisuke turns up. This threw me off when he turned up. I was like, what the fuck? What's he doing there?
How do you know where to go?
This is it. I was like,
Did he
what?
see the building in his dream? That would have been an explanation.
That might be.
Yeah,
the one.
maybe. But Kisuke gets there and I'm
It would
like...
have been nice to be told.
I was a little bit confused why he was there. And he turns to Hodoka and he's like, "Stop messing about, kid. If you hand yourself in now, then they're going to go easy on you. You can just go home."
This
And-
man does everything right. He's like, I'll come with you. We'll talk it out. We'll sort
and
it.
he goes to run up to the roof and he grabs him and he's like, "No, stop it. Enough's enough. You're coming with me." And he does he throw him to the side? No, he bites him, doesn't he?
He bites him. And then
He bites him
in
and he
the
kicks
stomach.
him, and he ends up falling right next to where he threw the gun right at the beginning of the film.
Coincidence.
And he picks the gun up and he fires a warning shot into the air at Kisuke.
And the coppers then roll in,
And then
don't
all
they?
the police turn up and they surround him, all guns drawn. Oh, this was a tense bit of the film.
I did like this bit where he's like, "How did you know where to find me?" And then they just look down and there's his car.
Yeah. We've located the vehicle.
Yeah.
It's
One of the most watched places on the planet. Yeah.
This was fucking tense for me.
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
was.
know where this film was going at this point. My fucking heart was in my throat. I was like, is he gonna get fucking shot?
Imagine if he had.
I was fucking tense as anything when I was watching this. This was a real good moment of the film. Really fucking good.
We end with an Akira style situation where he shoots one bullet at them and then he gets riddled by bullets by the police.
And then a man kid runs away.
A mad kid. And we see Fat Man Kid on the roof.
In the end, he throws the gun. He goes to run. Doesn't get anywhere. Taki takes him down. Yes, Taki is there. And he's on the floor and he's crying and he's like, "I need to get to her. I need to find Hina." And it triggers Kisuke again. And he ends up running over and just rugby tackling Taki off of him.
And he does give him a good old wallop in the
Yeah.
face, by the way.
And he's helping him. And then Nagi turns up and fucking jumps on the back of that other police officer and tries to take him out. And everyone's helping him. And he ends up getting to that staircase. And as he runs up it crumbles away, doesn't it? So they can't follow him.
Bit of a coincidence, that is.
And
It's well played. It's a well played plot.
I
plot
fucking
piece.
love this bit of the film. And then he runs, he gets to the roof, and he jumps through the gate.
Praying.
I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking, jumps through the gate.
could you imagine?
Nothing happens.
Can you imagine? He just jumps through the gate off the side of the building. He jumps through the gate.
It could have happened.
No, 'cause
Yeah, but then it cuts to the outro. Really nice song.
Yeah. End credits and then just like the title of the film, "Weathering with You." That's it. Finn.
I fucking wrote that at the end of my notes.
Nice.
We'll put that. We can say that. I said that, and then we've looked at Sheedy's notes, and he put Finn at the end of his notes.
In fancy writing.
In fancy, right?
Fancy writing. It's cursive.
So, he jumps through the gate, and then he's falling through the sky. And he sees... It's like an ocean, and he sees the whale made out of water, and the storm in the sky. It's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Really
It's
well
well
edited.
detailed as well.
Yeah.
A bit Alice in Wonderland, do you not think? Then he goes through the little rabbit hole.
Yeah, and then he falls through the storm and he's in the clear and he sees the island and he finds Hina. But he can't land on the island. He can't quite reach her. He's floating around isn't
Because
he?
of
And he's
the
like,
fish.
And he's like, "Take my hand."
And he
Strong
finds
child.
the Lost Boys and Mary and Peter Pan.
And she can't quite reach him.
It is. It could be.
What?
They're up in the sky.
Eventually, as he's just about to disappear past the island, she leaps from the island. Could she not have left the island at any point then if she's just got to jump off?
I mean, apparently.
It's a long way to fall.
Anyway, so
As well.
she jumps and they fall through the air together. And this is when Hodoka turns around and he says to her that he doesn't care about the weather.
I don't need blue skies, I just need you.
He only cares about
Which is
her.
a nice sentiment until hundreds of thousands of people are homeless and dead.
Innocent.
If you're dying in slowly rising water, what are you doing? I ain't leaving my house. I'll die here. The fucking couple from the Titanic laying in bed together. As the water slowly goes up, inch by inch a day,
You're
at a
moving.
time.
You're moving.
You're just moving house.
I was thinking
Me and
more,
my weight is slowly getting taller and taller and taller.
he's pulling them up.
They're fucking up to his
They're so
ankles.
high he's judging music competitions.
Yeah.
Oh dear. What's up, Simon?
I didn't like it.
Sponsor us. We can sing.
I don't need any trousers, thanks.
Eventually, when they... You don't see them land or anything, but...
Good. Because I'd have more questions about how the hell they
It's
landed.
splash or splat, pick one.
all we see is massive lightning strikes And Kisuke's being taken away by the police. He looks up at the sky. He says Hodaka's name. And then lightning strike and just torrential rain just crashes down. I didn't see where the end of this movie was
I
going.
didn't see that coming.
I thought they were just going to come back and it was going to be all right. And she was not going to be a sunshine maiden anymore. And the weather was just going to go back to normal. That's what I was expecting.
Yeah, I didn't see this ending coming.
I didn't see the ending coming. It ends up that they both woke up at the shrine. They were taken away by the police. But it cuts and we find out that the rain hasn't stopped. And it hasn't stopped for 3 years. And that Tokyo is now almost sunken completely.
Welcome to living in Scotland.
And we see Hodaka in school.
It's not a flood, it's a lock.
We see that Hodaka got sent home. And that he's finally graduated school. It's been 3 years. He's 18 now. And he's moving to Tokyo. Surprise, surprise. He wants to leave. And you also get that girl. And he thinks she's going to make a love confession to him. And she actually just turns around and goes, "Is it true you were in prison?" I don't know why they put that in.
I'd pop my collar and be like, yeah.
Bad boy over here.
He's a T-bird.
Turns out he was arrested, he stood trial, and he was put on probation. That's it. And also that he hasn't seen Hina for 3 years. So ever since he was taken away...
That was part of the rules, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's part of his probation was that he wasn't to go back to Tokyo for 3 years, I guess.
Skype.
I don't know how that works.
I don't know. We see him back in Tokyo. He's got himself a little apartment. He's looking for a normal job. And he goes back onto the Sunshine Girl site and he sees that there was a request on there from 2 years ago that still was unanswered. The only one. And it's the old lady that he visited before. And he talks to her and she's moved house because she's had to because her old one was flooded, and he apologises. And she says there's nothing to apologise for. She's like, everything is as it was. Tokyo was underwater many, many years ago, and it is now. It's nothing to worry about. It's not your fault.
Like Holland. What? Holland is supposed to be underwater. See? Sheeny agrees.
No, he is right. It has the lowest thingy, doesn't it? I don't know why he's very like Holland. He also goes to see Kisuke, who now has a proper office. His business is fucking like booming by the looks of it.
And 2 employees.
Yep. And a fat cat. And
that does the same facial expression when he tells me to piss off.
Kisuke turns around to him and is like, "Go see Hina. I don't know why you haven't already. Stop putting it off. Go and see her. She wants to see you." And he's like, "And also, don't worry about all of this. It's not your fault. Nobody cares."
It's not like you control the weather or anything.
And as he's walking down the road, he spots Hina in the distance. And she's looking out at the rain and the flooded Tokyo City, thinking, "Fuck, I fucked up here."
Do you know what? They missed the perfect opportunity to put a song
to put
in
Mel
here.
Gibson in it?
No. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. They
Sure.
did!
No. I wanted
Totally
a
missed
Waterworld
it.
reference and nothing else.
What world?
Tokyo's underwater. That's the plot of Waterworld.
I know that.
Fucking Kevin Costner comes by on a boat. "Don't worry, we've got fins and gills."
Where are you from? Where's Beach?
She's got a tattoo on the back of land.
He spots Hina.
It's a prequel, this.
He runs to Hina. They embrace. And I actually really like the final words. He literally turns around to her just before it finishes and he goes, "Hina, we're going to be all right." That's it. I fucking love that. There's no like, "Hina, I'm in love with you," or any bullshit like that. He literally just turns around and goes,
We'll be alright.
"We all right."
Hey,
We good.
Hey,
We good.
baby, we good. We good. Be cool. Be cool.
And it finishes.
Finn.
So what's everyone's opinion on Weathering with You? Final thoughts.
I really enjoyed it.
I fucking loved it.
I really enjoyed this movie.
Do you know what, right?
I've ripped the shit out of it for a lot of this, but I've actually really enjoyed
Other films
it.
we've done, they've always tried to address issues and things like that. This was a fantasy romance,
That's
and
it.
it gave you that. It gave you exactly what it said on the tin. It was a fantasy romance. It didn't have to put any too heavy emotions on you or anything like that. It was just a lovely romance film.
Yeah, I just genuinely enjoyed it. It was like 2 hours where I was like,
Loved
I
it.
enjoyed this. Like, I could watch this movie again.
Yep.
And I probably will.
It's alright.
Yeah, I know you, hate it.
I didn't hate it, no. Visually, it's beautiful. Songs were fucking perfection. Story was okay.
I love the voice actors.
Voice actors were spot on.
parts.
It was just okay. I wasn't invested like I was in the others. Probably because there was no plot point where I could go, I can relate to that.
That's why I liked it so much, is because they didn't want to give you that heavy stuff.
But it just didn't tickle me the ways that the others did.
Yeah, this one is different from that. Like,
it's different. It's completely different because they don't need to be heavy and address anything. They just gave you a romance.
Yeah, I didn't need to be dragged in by any
I didn't really
issues.
fall in love with the characters. I didn't really none of them were bad. None of them were just good. They were just people. And it just
essentially they were just people. Yeah.
I didn't find me rooting for anyone in particular. I never.
There were two moments in it where when he's running down the train tracks, I was like, fucking go on. And the gun bit when he's surrounded, I was like, oh shit, what the fuck is going to happen? They were the only two times where I felt really involved in the film. Other than that, I just enjoyed the film.
I never got sucked in.
I just enjoyed the basic day-to-day stuff that they were doing, the actual weather systems and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you enjoy Excel spreadsheets.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, no, it's just a solid film.
Yeah, there's nothing particularly wrong with it. It just, again,
It's solid.
it was missing that magical quality that the others had.
But what would you
captivated
improve?
me.
You couldn't improve it.
No.
All I would have done is I would have explained his backstory a little bit more, so you knew why he wanted to run away from home.
How they landed would have been one thing. I'm sorry.
And the only other thing I was a little bit thingy about was the puddles in the sky. Never explained. See, I thought that when she prayed and took the rain away from one place, it was
Moved.
assimilating elsewhere into a puddle in the sky.
Like
and
the
then,
laws of physics would dictate.
do you know what I mean? That's what I thought was going to happen. I thought that she was doing harm as well as doing good by taking the rain away. She was putting it elsewhere.
A yin and yang.
But they never did that, and that I kind of wanted
That would have been an interesting concept, that she actually, by bringing the sunshine to this area, is causing like torrential typhoons or something somewhere else.
Yes, just I thought that's where they were going to go when they.
But that's way too sciencey, and this is not that movie.
No,
is it?
I know.
That's not sciencey. That's just kind of basics.
They're the only two things: the puddles and his backstory. Were the only two things I was missing.
You didn't have enough cats and puddles?
No, plenty of puddles.
The art style was right. It was the same as the others.
I really
Why
enjoyed
change
the
if
art
it
style.
isn't broken? Because
No.
it's fucking brilliant.
Beautiful.
The art style for me in this was a 10.
Yeah, but the only thing that would challenge it is Grimgar. That is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, different form of art
Yeah,
style,
different-
but
But that is the
definitely-
only thing that would ever challenge this look, because it looks fucking perfect.
Yeah, it's the only two things we've ever turned around and gone.
Yeah.
You
What was the
can't
budget
count
for
it.
this, Sheeny?
I
Too
don't
much. A lot. But
We didn't actually mention the
everything
budget.
was right, but if someone brought this story to me and I was the decider of making the movie, I would have gone, "You're not making that. Do better."
Really?
Yeah.
This is
Just story-wise.
This is in the top 5 highest grossing anime films.
Yeah, but is that reputation or because it's good?
I think it's a lot to do with Makoto.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think
reputation.
drastically a lot of it is that. Because the
People
movie is, and I mean, even IMDb agrees, which is very rare, it's only okay. It's nowhere near his other work. This
I
is
think-
not better than the other ones we've done by him.
It's the only one, though, I think I have seen around this area. We don't get a lot of anime movies actually get released in cinemas. I'm certain this one did get released in the
The
cinema.
budget
near
for
us.
this was 11.10 million
And
US dollars.
how much did it gross?
11
Because
points.
that's nothing.
How much?
11.1.
That's not bad.
Nothing.
And it took
Pokemon.
193 million.
Yeah, that's a revenue you want to take in.
And no wonder studios are going,
Yeah.
here's the
Yeah.
money to
Yeah.
do more
They
movies.
he had 11 million and he made 193.
I just thought the plot was lacking. I thought the very basics of it I loved, but there was nothing about the characters that made me get invested. I wasn't rooting for anyone. I didn't fall in love with any single character. There was no one character that stood out as exceptional that I really, really liked. Everything was just okay.
To expand this a little bit, then,
There's no bad things about it.
to expand this just a little bit, with Makoto, he's done what, 4 or 5 movies now?
He's got 5 centimeters per second, which we haven't done.
Is that brand new?
Garden of Words and things like that? No, ish. I think it's slightly older than this one. I think this is his most
This is his
one.
recent one, yeah.
Yeah.
Are we beginning to say that this guy is beginning to form a bit of a legacy? here?
I was going to say, to be honest with
He's
you,
got a
Makoto
reputation.
looks to be
He's got a reputation.
fucking solid.
And
Are
it's
we-
a good
are we-
reputation.
are we
If I see
going-
his name attached to a movie, I'm fucking watching it. But it doesn't mean that every
But that
single
looks
one of
like
them is going to
that's
be
what everyone's doing.
9 and 10s.
Is this if this does seem to me, from my point of view, that this guy's forming a bit of a dynasty here,
Yeah.
that he could make some masterpiece movies.
He's a Ghibli that deserves it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking. Like,
He's a
he
Ghibli
could
that
be a
actually
Ghibli.
deserves his reputation. Because Ghibli, like, made a few good movies way back when, but
Haven't done
90%
anything
of his
since.
work, kind of shit.
It's already evident that we're big fans of him
Yeah.
already. I mean, we've got a couple of more films to watch, but the high hopes are there for them as well.
Yeah.
And
And the thing is, if I
Absolutely.
saw that he was going to bring out another movie,
I'm on it.
I'd watch it.
yeah,
I'm
of
on it.
course,
Because I'd be like,
100%.
hold on a minute.
This guy always brings, like, the trick that he does really well is not the way he makes the film look or anything else. It's how attached you are emotionally and how the fucking hard it hits you in the gut.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
he brings
He's
issues into
fucking
it.
magical at that.
But they
Like,
don't
no
make the movie.
movie does it so consistently as his, and this one did not do that.
So what we're saying is, Makoto, if you're going to do anything with
Make me
British
cry,
voice
you
actors,
bitch.
no, if you need any British voice actors for any of your
We're
shows,
in. We'll
we're
do
in.
it for free.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I'd do it
I'd
for
buy
free.
a plane ticket.
I'd do it for free just to actually get in one of those movies.
Yeah, I'm
Imagine
sure
it.
the studio's got a couch.
Hey,
So let's give this a rating then. Who wants to go first?
I'll give this 8.5.
It's a 7 for me.
Not much I needed explaining from it, and it's just a solid romance. So I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see. I was
Yeah.
thinking 9, but I was like, no, 8.5 for me.
But you got 3 different people that want 3 different things from one movie. That have all rated it quite well.
So
That's a successful movie.
Oh yeah, like if you can get 3 different people
Yeah.
that are like, I want this from a movie, I want this, and you get most of that into a movie, then with whatever this comes out as a full thing, I would say 8.5 is pretty solid for what it should be.
8, 8.5 is probably where it's going to be.
yeah, so Weathering with You gets a Summoning Boys 8.2 out of 10. And on that note, it's time for us to chuff off. All you summoners can join us next time, where we do part 3 of the Future Diary. If you've got any questions or queries, or just want to see what we're up to, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at How Not to Summon, or join our Discord at How Not to Summon a Podcast. I've been Sheeny Senpai.
I've been Jim.
I've been Grayson.
See you later, guys.
See ya.
Ta-ra.